Please note that this is simply an updated introduction to my channel. This video replaces one I published on July 31st of 2022. Therefore, some of you may find it redundant. Greetings all. Welcome to my Aquarian Diary YouTube channel. My name is John Irving. I have always been interested in spirituality, having had what one would describe as paranormal experiences starting as a young child. I pursued my spirituality intentionally starting in my early 20s. I published a New Age magazine in the mid-1980s for several years in Atlantic Canada. I am also very interested in astrology, having studied and practiced that for many, many years. I have a strong sense of responsibility and concern about environmental issues, and I am wholeheartedly fascinated by the unveiling of the emerging age of Aquarius here on Earth, which is probably one of the most significant things that has happened in all of human history. And I am absolutely interested in documenting and observing that as it unfolds. We are going through some very challenging times as old paradigms are collapsing and new ones are emerging. There will be completely different ways of experiencing being human as we begin to become aware of ourselves as multidimensional beings. We are not simply physical beings. More and more people are going to be waking up to this reality and starting to experience aspects of themselves that to them may be very unfamiliar. And I seek to aid those people insofar as that's possible by helping to try and explain what is happening, how it can be facilitated, when it will occur through things like astrology, and by simply observing world events such as politics and social changes. There is a great resistance right now to these changes, which is not unexpected. There are a lot of people who are very attached to old paradigms and old ways of being, and they are in resistance to a lot of these new energies. However, these new energies will prevail and we will evolve. Humanity has been evolving in a more or less two-step forward, one-step back process for millennia. However, this is a quickening, and things are going to change very quickly in the coming years and decades. So I would like my channel to be a place where we can explore these things. I have very high standards for myself. I'm kind of a bit of a perfectionist, which is why I produce most of my content as audio, because I can edit it and tweak it and refine it and listen to it over and over and over again sometimes to make sure that it's accurate and consistent. It is very time consuming to do this with video. I've tried, at least for now, until I can get a proper studio. I will be producing most of my content as audio. I just feel much more comfortable with that. It also, I think, allows one to concentrate a little bit more on the message or the actual words. I am also someone who is very dedicated to truth. I'm a Sag Sun and a Sag Mercury, and I really intend to pierce the veils of illusion to get to the truth of what is happening and to be very objective and discriminating about what I say, how I perceive things. And I do this as well in my spiritual practice, which I'm always engaged in. Because there is a lot, and there can be a lot of glamour or spiritual glamour, which is something I've talked about here on my channel, which I know we have to be aware of because I went through this whole experience back in the 1980s with the New Age movement. I'm aware of those pitfalls and I want to be cognizant of them. So we must set very high standards for ourselves for this movement and for this transition that we're going through, because the reality here on Earth is really a conglomeration of all of our beliefs and thought forms and perspectives. And we want to get through this transition as easily, quickly, and efficiently as possible with the highest state of awareness and consciousness that we can possibly muster. It is a great honor for anyone to be incarnate on Earth right now. This is, like I said, one of the most important things that has ever happened in all of human history. It is my understanding that the entire universe is watching what is happening here right now because it's so important and so rare. We live in a domain where we have free will, which apparently is something that is quite rare, if not exclusive, to Earth. And so this is a great experiment. I know we can do it. I know that those of us who are powerful, if we concentrate our minds and our will and our hearts in the right direction, we will arrive there. Although this transitional phase can appear to be quite rocky at times. I've talked a lot about this, most particularly in episodes I have done about Pluto and the age of Aquarius. I will put a link to that in the episode description. It's a bit long, but it really kind of encapsulates my vision for how this process will unfold over the next 20 years or so, especially. In my view, the ingress and transit of Pluto through Aquarius is one of the key transition points in this process. It's not the end, but it's a significant milestone. And like I said, we are very lucky to be here now and to be able to participate in that, as frustrating and as challenging as this can be at times for us personally, especially those who are empathic, sensitive, have psychic abilities, or are very spiritual. We can at times be very disturbed by what we're witnessing in the world. But this is part of the purging that is necessary to get us over that critical threshold and into this new age, which will be one of the most amazing periods in history, like I've said. So I encourage you to peruse my content. There's a lot of it. I am very progressive socially, and I am interested in connecting with people of like mind and like perspective. There is no distinction on the spiritual dimensions. It doesn't matter what your race or color or ethnicity or nationality is. We are all from the same place. That is what we want to manifest here on this planet in the third dimension. And I am firmly and absolutely committed to the highest possible spiritual principles that I can manage in my experience of three-dimensional reality. And it is a great honor for me to be able to connect to people of like mind who share that common vision for how great, united, and clear we can be at this great time in this beautiful place. It is critical that we support our planet because it supports us. We cannot exist independent of it. And we're all in this together. So that's very important to me as well. Thank you to everyone who supports me. Thanks for your likes, shares, and subscribes. Thank you for sharing my content with others and bringing it to their attention. I really appreciate your support. And like I said, it's a great honor to be able to connect with people of like mind and like vision as we go through this profound period of transition. Take care, all the best, and I'll talk to you again soon, which I always look forward to doing.